Oh, it's been said a bard's life can often be a hard life, or hill and dale to rove and always move from town to town. And some folk have inquired if ever we grow tired of ranging all around the world and never settling down.
But one should be a little wary of remaining stationary. Is comfortable, is lovely, but it's not the way we grow. When life starts to unravel, pick up your pack and travel. You'll find a strange serenity in places you don't know. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. You've got no map for showing which direction you are going.
But why start on a journey if you know where it will end?
And once you recognize,
to anticipate surprise, you'll relish every twist and turn that lies around the bend. Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-da-terry-o-dee-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road.
The world has got its demons. There are many reasons why you'd find it harder to be brave than be afraid.
But every life could use some danger. Every friend was once a stranger. Ships are safe in harbor, but that's not why ships are made.
Wriggle-dee-dum-dee-doo-rat-terry-o-dee-da-dee. A fwit-da-dee-da-dee. There's so much to see beyond the open door. It's outward bound we go. Who knows what we'll find that we've never found before. Adventures waiting further down the road. It's waiting for you further down the road. Adventures waiting further down the road.
Let's go!
Well, greetings, adventurers. Is I, Paulo Garbanzo, your dungeon master and storyteller for tonight's Decide Your Personal Endangerment game. That's right. We are once again here on our Tuesday night regular time. We are going to do a little storytelling, world building, and interactive audience fun time. That's the total name of the entire show. It's that long. And now, without further ado, let's see. Well, first of all, hello, everyone who's here. I hope you can hear me, right? Yes. One dodge, yes. I'm just checking out the comments here. Good to see you, Reverend Tommy. Blondie. Hello, Fantasy Palette. Hey, Nat21. There's Zalani's here. Sky's here. Hello, Sky. And Johnny O Twitch. Paulo Palooza. That's right. Sir David is here. All right. Dracula's stepdaughter. I love that name, by the way. And my honey is here. The real Madam Ansa, not that fake one. Do not be fooled. Let's see. Right. Well, hello, and Sally's here. Screaming Dragon. Hello, hello, hello. Blondie wants lots of danger. When doesn't Blondie want lots of danger? I don't know. Let's see. You want the negative results of danger. Well, the fun thing about this is that, we are world building right now, and I'm not entirely concerned. I guess I would like our protagonists to survive the adventure, but even if they don't, there's a good story to be told. And to be honest, if you remember all of your pick a path to adventure books, I'd say a good 30% of those ended in colossal failure. So, right? If you took all the different endings that are possible, I don't know. Anyway, it's been a while since I've read them. And by the way, I just want you to know that, yes, I'm that old that I have first edition copies of several of these books. And I'm such a comic book nerd that I kept them in really pristine condition. And then I gave them my kids, assuming that they would also be comic book nerds. And that didn't happen so much. Anyway, some little bit. Yeah. So I have a great little story to tell you tonight. We have a new character. I'm still building all around this, the new tavern, the Birdsong Tavern. And I have a little guy, and I tangentially connect all the other places. But like I said, if he doesn't survive, there are other people that this person would have met that we still do continue to world build around. So, and you know what? I did forget to do a little something. Talk amongst yourselves while I find, let's see, map. The map of Magecroft, of course. It'd be great if I brought that up for you. Yes, here we go. Map, Redux, make a new file or a new tab. Here we go. This is how we do it. And conf people. All right. Yes, I can do two things at once. And so I was just at the Tennessee Renaissance Fair this past weekend, and we had a fantastic weekend. I was a little not doubtful that the fair, I assumed the fair would happen fine, that everything would go great. But the Tennessee Fair was recently bought by the county, and the county does not allow alcohol on their land. So at no county event will you find alcohol. So they said, well, we're not going to have alcohol here at the show. So there were quite a few people who were a little upset by this. But we have literally reached the park's limit the second weekend. Now, normally this fair ramps up pretty big by the end of the show. So it's just a 4-weekend show, and it does ramp up a bit, by the end. So the fact that they were already turning people away by the second weekend, apparently not having alcohol sales wasn't really damaging to the festival. So we did okay. There were complaints, of course. There were some people who didn't know. But most people actually knew that I talked to. They already knew. So I don't know. Did it affect me? It doesn't really affect me so much. I have a skill that requires me to remain sober for insurance reasons the entire day, because I could seriously injure someone or myself, and they really frown on that if you've been drinking. So yeah. So it doesn't really affect me that much. So we maxed out the amount of people that could be at the fair. I did fantastically well. The weather was great. So I don't know. Please tell us your thoughts. Let's see. like Dr. Evil feel of the swivel chair. Yes, I do. I'm digging the swivel chair. It's like an upgrade. We are, by the way, I just want to let you know, we are here by the grace and the glory of our good friend Donovan. I sometimes always go, wait, should I say his full name? I don't want people like hunting him down or anything, for good or for ill. So Donovan has graciously allowed me and a couple other Renaissance Fair performers to stay at his very lovely home. And there is an entire Dungeons and Dragons table up here. I should, you know what? Hey, here, check. I'm gonna, no one get seasick. But this is the permanently set up table for Dungeons and Dragons that is in this house. It's got all the cup holders and all the other amazing things that you, and I mean a shelf full of everything, and the whole place is amazing. And we are happy and pleased to be able to be here. Yeah, if you're at the Tennessee Fair, he's there almost every weekend. So him and his lovely wife, and so they are they're letting us stay here. So Tommy, our Gloom Master, will also be doing his shows from here as well. And yeah, so you see, no alcohol at the Ren Fair. Yes, correct. There's another festival. There are a couple other festivals that have had to do that only because they lost their liquor license. The one in Ohio, the Medieval Festival, they have not had a liquor license for quite some time, but they are weirdly allowed to have BYOB. So say what you want about that one. That I think about the fact of people just being able to bring coolers full of whatever alcohol they want and probably just getting way hammered. You'd think that would be like, yeah, Ren Mom, yeah, no license, but BYO. You would almost assume, so there's no way to like, you know, and again, you would hope that people would be adults and, you know, not drink so much that they pass out in a ditch, but that does happen. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, so I don't know. Big ticket sales, yes. Oh yeah, Sally, injured sword to the heart, big ticket sales. Yes, that's oh, I understand, Sally. Sorry, I was like, I don't understand this comment. Now I do. Yes, I would sell more tickets if I injured myself. Just watch out for gummies. Yes, Tommy, inside joke. If you are with us in person, I'll tell you that story. Let me see who else is saying stuff. Yes, Donovan, we shall sing his praises. He's a great guy and a fantastic fan, not of just my show, but of Dungeons and Dragons, My Little Pony, Star Wars. The posters and pictures in his house are phenomenal. They're amazing. And yes, Ferengis. Oh yes, profit. All the risk, none of the profit. Ferengi nightmare. Yeah, that would be a Ferengi nightmare. Sharing's caring. It's like tailgating, I hope. Probably. Which again, you know, you would think that would lead to some sort of ridiculously legal, not to go on about this, but it's like, you know, geez, guys, like there's no stopping you from serving underage people accidentally or even purposely. It sounds like a horrible logistical nightmare, litigious nightmare, and a lot of other nightmares that start with L. Let's see. Stack of booze available and I'm on the road. And yes, 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 you do. And but you do not serve underage people. So yeah. Right. Yes. Well, yeah. And well, you know, that is what happens. A lot of people, I would say that a lot of people do drink And then they don't realize it's 105 degrees and that they've literally sweated out all of the water in their body. And then that's when they pass out in a ditch. And that's what happens. Oh, Dracula's daughter. Got to meet Shakespeare in person. Shakespeare is currently at the Scarborough Fair, as is Louis from London Broil. So favorites of Nat21, of course. And yeah, we're going to see if Dan's wants to step in and do the show once or twice. But we're going to maybe have him on. It's weird. I feel a little weird not having, not to say just chatting with you, because I love chatting with you, because I just get to talk. But like not having someone else that I have to wait and let them let them talk. Yes, all the things. So, well, my friends, let's see. Well, I want many margaritas in Nashville, and you shall have it. I thought actually we were going to go to that French place, which I don't think serves margaritas, but we'll get some. Well, my friends, if you're just stopping by now, we are nearly 12 minutes into Decide Your Personal Endangerment with Paulo Garbanzo. Wait, I finally made a banner for it. That's a video. No, I finally made a banner for it. Where is it? I'm getting there. I'm doing my own stunts, people. Boom! Decide Your Personal Endangerment, because Choose Your Own Adventure is copywritten, which, by the way, is the complete title of the show, which I did copyright, because you can copyright the entire phrase. That's really hard. All right, so without further ado, shall we get to our next story? Shall we start our next story, my friends? I'll just assume you're saying yes and move on. All right, here we go. Oh, my friends. This adventure starts like all adventures do, once upon a time. Today we're going to meet. Our main character today is Marvo the Magnificent. He's but a third level wizard. He's just got enough XP to get to third level. So he's just starting off in the world. He's just getting some powers, can cast some spells. So Marvo and his friend Scarl the Fighter were out in the borderlands of Magecroft, searching for adventure. They came upon a foul beast, part spider, part gray ooze, 100% horrible. Marvo could tell with his blossoming magical powers that the creature fed on magic powers, magic items, and probably magicians themselves. Marvo convinced Scarl, brash but fairly cowardly fighter, that they needed to defeat this horrible beast for magicians worldwide. And after a fight to convince Scarl to do this, and after an actual very close physical fight with the beast, they did, in fact, defeat it. They searched the cave, found a host of destroyed magic items, gnawed on, chewed on, just sucked out of magic powers sucked out of them. But they did find a magical amulet, a finely crafted gold amulet with a ruby set in the center. And they found a magical tome. Now, Marvo could feel the power of the amulet coursing through him, but sadly, the book was indecipherable. Although he could tell there were incantations and rituals written on the pages. Obviously, things that led to more power. Sadly, he had no idea what the words said. They found a few coins, some small gems, not much else. A ruined couple of other pieces of jewelry, not much. Scarl, a little put off that there was nothing worth having for a fighter, decided that he would take all the coins and all those items and the gems, but being smart enough to know that this probably wasn't really enough to make up for the lack of anything useful It's almost like the Dungeon Master didn't know who was playing in the game. But he allowed Marvo to take the book and the amulet. But Marvo still owed him some loot when he figured out what was going on with the items. So they made their way back to Magecroft. And instead of stopping off at the usual toll booth tavern on the outskirts of the city, they made their way closer into the center. A little closer to where Marvo could hope to find someone to help him with these magic items. And they came upon a brand new pub, the Birdsong Tavern. It wasn't open when they left town just a couple weeks ago. The Birdsong Tavern is run by a jovial retired adventurer named Bennett the Bard, who was more than happy to pour them a drink and listen to their tale of exciting adventure. Bennett looked on in wonder as he explained the fate of the beast and the fact that he got these magical items and doesn't really know what to do with them. And here's where we're going to start tonight's Decide Your Personal Endangerment. Welcome to the show. So, let's see. Is it Tommy the Tome? Gray Ooze. Oh, yes. Did someone take an arrow to the knee to give Marvo and Scarl an adventure? Maybe not. Oh, do that game at MarsCon? Oh, you mean this game? Oh, yeah, we could do that. We could do that. I could write a few more. Let's see. Well, it was Tommy Two-Tone. It isn't Tommy Two-Tone. All right, so that's the best name for Warlock with a Pack of the Tome. Oh, my gosh. All right. Well, my friends, Marvo is having a conversation with our good friend Bennett the Bard. And he says, yes, I found this amulet and I found this book. I just don't know what to do with it. I don't know if there's any connection. They did find them in two different places in this cave, so he's fairly certain they didn't really come from the same magician. Oh, Bennett's like, oh, very interesting. Do you mind if could I take a look? And Marvo, he's like, well, all right. He pulls out the tome, pulls out the tome, pulls out the amulet. I have a really great amulet, but I don't have it with me. Anyway, Bennett looks it over. He says, do you mind if I use some of my bard skills on it? I perhaps can decipher some of this. And he tries. A little incantation. Sorry. This it's incomprehensible to me. You'll have to find a more powerful wizard. I am but a bard. He says, however, my friend Gumtooth over there, he's quite the aficionado of artifacts and could possibly help you with that amulet. So, what? Here's our story arc for tonight. There you go. Says, well, what is Marvo going to do? Shall he go to Gumtooth? Turn to page 5. Should he perhaps go farther in to the city, in maybe even all the way to Wizarding Heights? Perhaps find a more experienced wizard. Try to go to Wizarding Heights. Turn to page 10. Or should he hang out with his friend Scarl the Fighter, who says that there's a great place to perhaps pawn this magic item, this book, this useless book, and you know, just get rid of it and then pay him the money that you owe. We could turn to page 15. Go ahead. What would you like? Pawn it, says Johnny O'Twitch. 1 for pawning. All right. Page 5. I got 1. Ren Mom says page 5. All right. 10. Okay, so that's 1 for each. All right, great. Let's see. Gonna talk to find someone. Poll is up. All right. Here we go. I will take a sip. Yes. Scarl's like, oh, come on. Look, I know a perfectly great place that we could probably pawn it. And there's entertainment involved as well. It's totes fun. And Marvo has thoughts that he has a friend up in Wizarding Heights, or an acquaintance really, at a wizarding school that he's always hoped to get into. The Green Dragons, the coolest wizard school in Wizarding Heights. He's always wanted to go there, so he's kind of like, I don't know. And in the corner of the tavern, there sits Gumtooth the Goblin, whose interest has been piqued, just looking over, seeing that he's pulled out a magical tome and a magical amulet, hoping that he comes over. So let's see. All right. So do we have a poll here? How do we see this poll? All right. What do we do? What do we do? The current poll. Oh, no, not report poll. What am I doing? Oh, it is closed. Go talk to Scarl. Oh, God. Oh, you guys. It's fine. It's fine. There's no bad options here. There's no bad options. It's just funnier. That's all. All right. So Scar's like, come on, man. Come on. Look, we'll get rid of it. You just give me some money and we'll just call it. And we'll go get some drinks. Then we have some money to go get drinks. It's going to be great. Come on. And then I have some money to gamble with. It'll be good. It'll be all right. Now, Scarl and Scarl's been around for a while too. I mean, he's a fairly smart. My idea of Scarl is like an even more cowardly version of Han Solo. So, like, basically Han Solo without any cool points whatsoever. So just, so there's that. Oh, all right. Oh my goodness. Go to Wizarding Heights. There's the winner by just an umph. 1 vote. Smart fighter. Well, not exactly. Marvo is like, Scarl, we're not going to the cockatrice fight ring again. You know what happened last time? That cockatrice ate my sleeve. That was a nice sleeve. Had embroidery and everything. Gumtooth is like, no, they barely, no one wanted to talk. No one wanted to talk to him. Well, that's fine. So, Scarl's like, fine, and buys another drink. And Bennett starts listening to another story of Scarl's, where Scarl's telling him about the time where he did not fight a dragon because Scarl's mom told him under no circumstances should he ever fight a dragon. And Scarl's gonna do that because that seems to keep him alive. So he has another drink, and Scarl will be a story for another day unless he comes back around to haunt this whole story. So off to Wizarding Heights, the big city. Let's pop this map up here. Wait, map of the city. Wait, share. Ah. Do, do, do. It's not a slide. Where are you? Oh, share screen. All right. Okay. Here we go. I know how to do this stuff. I did this last week. So, all right. So here we go, my friends. Da, da, ba, ba. The city of Magecroft. Here, let's do this one. Boop. I don't know. This one. What do you think? That one? This one. We'll take a poll. It's fine. This works just great. The map of the city. The wonderful city of Magecroft, where wizards come to find power. So once again, we find ourselves over here. In through the main gate, down the main drag, and right over here by the corner of the canal. Oh, there we go. And we focus in right on here, this nice little corner of the street, right off the canal. And that, sorry, right there. Well, Marvo's like, forget this. I'm going to Magecroft. Scarl has a few more drinks, and Marvo says, I'm heading to Wizarding Heights to find some more powerful wizards. So he takes off down the street, and finds his way around the town. All right. Let's see. Well, here's all right. I'll give this as a decision that I hadn't really thought of. Which way should Marvo go? Marvo has two choices here. Marvo could go up the non-costing zigzag road that winds its way up to Wizarding Heights, or he can go over here, pay a few silver pieces, and take the magical canal boat that zips him up 600 feet straight up in the air. One magical lock. You know, a lot of places have like series of locks. This is just one lock that just goes because it's magic. Anyway, yeah, informal poll or formal poll. Take the canal or the street. Each has, there's definitely a different, yes. Smart mom, yes. Wonderful Wizard of O. Wizards. Let's see. Said, Mama says no dragons. All right, let's see. Do not take the zigzag road. Bad things happen there. All barred party. Oh, yeah, that's true. All right, do take the zigzag road. Don't take the zigzag road. That's vote number 2 for magic. Vote number 2 for magic boat. Vote number 2 for the street. 3 for the street. And we're going to take a 60-second poll. Let's take that poll. All right. Slow and free, costs and fast. Oh, it's free. It's Bodie McBoat face. That's right. The canal, this lock is literally like it looks like a stone elevator. The boat goes in the bottom, the doors shut, and magical water is created darn near instantaneously, and it just shoots the boat up this tunnel of water, and Magic Zoom Ride wins. All right. Marvo thinks to himself, well, you know, if I go up the street, I'll probably look like someone cheap. So, you know, even though he doesn't really have that much money, he usually kind of gave to Scarl, he's like, fine, I'm going to spend it on the canal. Because, you know, you gotta keep up appearances. That's the way it goes. So he heads on over to the canal. The canal boat's, of course, running, and he's like, he pulls it. He's like, he gets every ends up having to pay some of it in copper pieces, which is a little bit embarrassing, but they'll never know. So it's fine. He gets on the boat with the other people who like boats. The canal boat slides into the bottom of the elevator shaft, essentially. Sort of fairy lights inside, so it is lit. And there's like a 600-foot straight up channel. And you're just like, what in the world? The doors magically close. And then you see little holes start to open up on the sides, and water just starts jetting out at the bottom, of course, first. And then as the boat rises more, all of that just create water spells, create water spell, create water spell, one after another. It's a fun ride. And it eventually stops at the top, which is a good place to stop. Over here. All right. Boop. All right. So, boop. There it is. The canal boat then winds its way around Wizarding Heights, which is it's where all the wizards live. All those fancy wizards and their ivory towers that are actually made of ivory. If you have a tower up here, you are fancy. Basically, the whole point of Magecroft, the whole reason it exists, are the two ley lines that crisscross above the city. Actually, right where the king's little town is the king's little personal residence right there. That's hence that King's Bridge. Yeah, that's his. So yeah, and checking. Yep, there it is. Oh, boom. That's the King's Tower right there. So he's riding in. He's feeling pretty good about himself, riding in style. Like I said, so he's just that much closer to those magical ley lines that are just dripping their magic down to all of the wizards' towers. There's towers reaching up into the sky. Just you can almost see the like energy beaming right into those towers. Oh, to have one of those towers, you know, how much power you would have. You just Eldritch Blast everything. It would be so good. A boy can dream. And Marvo certainly dreams of living here. Even just to get like a little like apartment there would be off the charts. It's just so expensive. So he's like, all right, you know what I'll do is I'll find my friend Belmar, and maybe he can help me. He's a low-ranking person in the Green Dragons, one of the, well, any of the wizard guilds, schools that are here, actually in Wizarding Heights. They got some moolah, they got some power. So yeah, if they're there, and Marvo and Belmar, they didn't grow up together, but they did become friends in their early first levelings. So, oh, bye, Ren Mom. Sorry you gotta go. And dog is getting in the chainmail. Not something you hear every day, but actually around these people, you probably do. So he's like, well, Belmar's probably in school, so I'm gonna take a chance and maybe try to just go to his school and maybe track him down a little bit. So this is where Naiven's dad lives. Yes, Dracula's daughter. This is definitely where he lives, and definitely where that school of ethereal magic is. It's a different school though. So yes, absolutely. Many wizards, many schools here. all prestigious, and they're like kung fu schools too. So they all kind of like they all rival with each other, and they all fight each other. And the novices always like looking for street fights with other schools, you know. So TP his house. That might happen. Well, Marvo goes to the Green Dragon's wizarding school. It's not a large school. I mean, they're all like nice villas, and they all have a wizard tower. You know, they spend as much money as they possibly can to get that tower as high as they possibly can, to get just that much closer to the ley line that just hovers in the air like the Aurora Borealis. You just see that magic drizzling down upon them. It's just empowering. Nerd Fighter 2, the Turbo Edition. That's right. Now fight. Yeah, they're just as I'm gonna say, I didn't want to say this too early, so yeah. Marvo comes there to their school. He knocks on the door politely, and clearly a doorman of some sort comes to the door, and the doorman comes to the door. That's fairly obvious. Says, "Can I help you?" And Marvo says, "Hi, I'm Marvo the Magnificent." He calls himself the Magnificent all the time because it's, you know, it's alliteration. But when he's up in Wizarding Heights, he kind of like feels a little weird that he actually calls himself the Magnificent, because half the wizards here could probably just kick his ass. So he's like, "I'm Marvo the Mag," and then he realizes what he calls himself, and he's like, "Oh, the Magnificent." My friend Belmar is here, and I need to speak to him. I am a wizard, and I have valuable wizard information. The doorman looks at him. Does he know you're coming? Yes, of course. All right, this is where we. What should he do? Should he? He's gonna lie. He's gonna lie, isn't he? Should he try to lie his way in? Maybe does he want to pose as a potential student? Does he want to just try to tell the guy that it's an emergency? Or is he just going to try to stick to the truth? There's your decisions. Stick to the truth. Tell the doorman that he is a that he is a potential student, or does he try to just tell him that Belmar, that there's an emergency? Let's go with those three options. Lie. Of course, Sally. Misdirection, Johnny O. Thank you, Reverend Tommy, for running these polls. Remember, Reverend Tommy has his own channel as well, and you should follow that too. He's got all sorts of great things going on. He's just celebrated slightly over a year of being on Twitch, and he runs some fun stuff on there. He makes glass work. He does all sorts of things, and you should check it out. Yeah. That's our Twitch mod, and he is awesome. So 60-second poll. Pelvic sorcery. Wink, wink. Yes. So Marvo's like, I am. He hasn't decided which direction he's gonna go, but he's like, I am a wizard, and It is very important that I get in here. Pinocchio time. He's just gonna lie. All right. So tell us. All right. So this is when we're gonna have to roll, people. And let's do what we did last week. I think that was great. Everybody hit that die button, and it's exclamation mark dice, right? If you just post that in the thing, dice. And then I'm gonna roll to see which one I take. So let's see. Let's see. We have a 4. We have another 4. We have a 15. Let's see who we got here. 13. All right. So we are taking, I just rolled a 3. So what do we have? We had a 4, 4, and a 15 is the third roll. Whew. All right. And now the check against the bluff. A 6, because once again, the Dungeon Master cannot roll anything. So there we go. He's like, oh, it's an emergency. Belmar's mom's brother's cousin is seriously injured and must seek medical attention. And actually, yes, I have this tome that he needs to give the yes thingy. And the doorman kind of does a little bit of magic on his own, and detecting whether or not there is malevolence in as the doorman is told stuff every day. So it's not so much that it's the lie, it's just that is the person out to, say, maybe get inside the magic school and then start blasting everybody with fireballs. And since there is no malevolence detected, the doorman lets him in. And so he lets him in, says, stay right here. I will get Belmar. And he walks off. There's a little entryway, a courtyard. And of course, it is just magnificent. The floors are made of marble. The walls are made of carved stones. There's fountains, like magical waters are coming out of them. And just it sparkles. Every inch of this courtyard sparkles. There's magical plants that are clearly way bigger than a normal non-magical plant. They just grow flowered constantly, and then the flower petals fall off and then regrow, and then they disappear because of course another wizard was like, that's a nightmare for the cleanup crew. I'm just gonna like make those disappear. So yes. Thanks for sharing that info. Yes, the dice command has the lowest possible cooldown, so it just you gotta wait 5 seconds. Just count to 5 after you've rolled. Don't worry. All right, so welcome our new player. And hello. He's just stunned by the opulence, the magical. There's like magical miniature fireworks going off in the air. It's just incredible. And there's a couple of wizards practicing their magical kung fu in the courtyard as well. There's multiple doors, obviously, to several different rooms, buildings, administration, and of course, the tower itself, which is gigantic. Short time later, Marvo just looks around and dreams of being a student here. What is the coolest school ever? He does catch the eye of 2 of those students, and they notice that he is not wearing the official uniform. So they kind of come over and they're like, "Hey, buddy, what are you new here? What's going on?" And Marvo's like, I'm just checking this out. I perhaps could be a student here. I'm decided yet. I don't know if you guys are cool enough. Marvo's sweating at this point because, of course, it's his dream to be in any of these guilds, any of these schools. This one, of course, since he knows people here, he'd love it. And he's trying to be cool, and so now he's talking too much, and he's saying weird stuff. And, oh, hey, thank you, Ick. Oh, man. Hey, Ick's here, and I just want to say, hey, thanks for being here. Thanks for coming to our show. Ick is also at the Tennessee Renaissance Festival, and you can see him live and in person, not just on Loki, which, by the way, Ick, I just love dropping that because, nobody invited me to be on the Loki television show, but Ick the Troll, damn, he was on there. Check him out. Real in live person. So, anywho's, Ick also has a fantastic Twitch channel where he is telling stories, and he is awesome. So you should check it out. But there's Marvo suddenly sweating. These two wizards are like, what? We're not cool enough? Come on. And one of them backs up and starts doing prestidigitation and making sparks fly like he was Doctor Strange, doing all sorts of stuff. Like, yeah, and that's like a cantrip, buddy. So just wait till we cast a real spell. Yo. Marvo's well over his head, and he's like, oh my god, now I've just made enemies. I don't know what I'm just what I'm doing. And just then, that is when Belmar, his friend, shows up. Belmar's like, Marvo, what are you doing here? Oh gosh. Belmar, I'm so glad you're here. Yeah, my friend Belmar, I've got to go talk to him now. Thanks. And he walks off. Whew. He's like, part of his brain, he's trying to convince himself that he actually did play it cool, but really he's like, I screwed that up so bad. Belmar, I have a book, a magical book, a tome that I found. It's got magical incantations and inscriptions in it, and I don't know what it says. I don't have anything that can read this. Belmar's like, okay, put that away. Put it away. Let's head on over to let's go to my room and we'll check it out there. He's like, well, Marvo's like, well, can't we just go to the library? Oh, well, the library's a little tricky. I don't think you have the resources to get into the library. To do any research as a member, you would have to give up a little extra stuff, like, and he's like, yeah, okay, well, let's go to your room then. Yeah, sure. So they go to his room, a very tiny but still lavishly kitted room. Once again, magical bowls of ever pouring water, flowering fruits that you can just eat anytime. It's a veritable cornucopia of low-level magical things that a world like this would have. Well, let me see what you got. Let's see what you got. Let's put it on. He pulls out the old book. Why am I miming this when I actually have a book? He pulls out the old book, the leather-bound. He starts looking into it. He does, in fact, see the incantations. He says, well, this is pretty cool. It's like, well, this is a language that I don't think I've seen before. We might just have to go to the library. was hoping to avoid that, but I haven't seen these things. And Marvo says, well, I did find something else. I also found this amulet. And he pulls out the amulet. And Belmar looks at it and he's like, oh, that's interesting. I don't think I've seen that kind of amulet before. Can you cast any magic with it? Do you feel anything? He's like, Marvo's like, I can feel that it's powerful. I can feel the magic in it. And there are some not carvings, but they're stamps in it. He flips it over and he does see something that he hadn't noticed before. That on the back of this amulet is a symbol. And that symbol is this right here. Bum, bum, bum. What is it? Belmar looks at it and goes, Where did you get this? And he's like, we found it in a cave. There was some adventurers. They must have gotten killed by this weird magic creature that was eating magic, and it was pretty gross. What? Why? What is this? Belmar takes a step away from him, and he's like, dude, that's the symbol of the Meowfia. I'm sorry, the what? Where have you been, man? The Meowfia. What? You don't know about the Meowfia? Like, yeah, you lost me, dude. The Meowfia. It's like the mystical order of feline familiars. Look, see. MOFF. Mystical order of feline familiars. They're really the people that control the wizards. They're like the secret underworkings. You might be in trouble, man. It's like, wait, you just called them the Meowfia. Isn't MOFF? Doesn't that say moth? It's like, yeah. Okay, they're really the Mothfia. But since they're all cats, everybody just calls them the Meowfia. But don't call them that to their faces, or you won't have a face for much longer. So, yeah, it's really the Mothfia. Where I can't believe you have this. What is this? Yes. Is the Grand Moth named Tarkin? Well, he should be. It's a catastrophe. Yes. Meow, 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 meow. We claw you. Yes. Double F means frisky. Yes. So he's like, listen, okay, Marvo, man. Maybe we can look into this book. But this amulet, if this is from the Meowfia, I mean, I don't know. What do you want to do, man? Listen, you got to do something with this thing fast. So we have a decision to make. Do we continue with this book and maybe finding some power, but paying a high price to discover what this book says? Or do we perhaps go in search of the Mothfia and maybe, well, I don't know. There's some options there. Do we make friends with them? Do we just try to give it back? Or so, amulet or book? What's it going to be? And while we set that up, let's talk about some of our things that are happening. It's a perfect time for a little break here. Let's see. Well, last night we had Lady Prudence and her Modern Mondays. She's doing great. I got to see some of the show last night. It was fantastic. Of course, right now you are watching Decide Your Personal Endangerment. Asterisk, because Choose Your Own Adventure is copywritten. That's on Tuesday nights. Tomorrow we've got a crafting show. 12:30 Eastern, 9:30 in the Pacifico time. Thursday morning, we have Sonnets with Shakespeare. Very early. He's going to move that to 10 o'clock in the future. But that is 9 a.m. Eastern time. And, oh, hang on. I have something else here. Wait a minute. Wait a cotton picking minute. That's right. Oh, that's a video. Ha! All right. We have a new game with Mike Nistel. It's called Jammed. And he's going to be running that Thursday at 8 p.m., 7 Central, on Thursday nights before Gothic Horror. So we have a double feature, my friends, on Thursday nights. We have a brand new game, Jammed. It's a Spelljammer, classic Spelljammer, and it's going to be run by Mike Nistel, who is going to be our awesome GM for that game. And here it is. Here it is. Bam. Jammed. The voyage begins May 19th, 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 p.m. Central Time. A worst guess / anything goes version of the classic Spelljammer setting. A randy crew of space pirates sailing the backwaters of wild space. Dungeons and Dragons live play campaign right here. And then we have, of course, Gothic Horror starting at 10 p.m. Eastern. There we go. So we got a double header, my friends. And we are, of course, sponsored by Dungeons & Dragons Tours. Scotland and England, my friends. This is happening after 2 years of waiting. We are finally going to Scotland and England. And we actually have a couple seats left, my friends. So check it out and let me know. July 1st, meet me in Scotland. It's going to be a blast. Myself, Shakespeare, and also our other friend Tegan is going to be there as well. We're also sponsored by Tabletop Teas, loose leaf tea blends, handcrafted, geek-inspired, woman-owned, small batches. TabletopTeas.com. It's good stuff. And, of course, Tabletop Gaming Supplies by Little Empires. He's over on Etsy /shop/Little Empire. That's one E in the middle there, not Little Empire. Gamecraft. So check it out. He's it's Louis Scatterag is the owner and operator of this business, and he is fantastic and awesome and tons of fun. So check that out. Let's see. For show and then take over from the horror time. Yes. There we go. Can't wait. Yep, it's a plan. I get jammed and you take over for the horror. Yay. All right. So let me see. Oh, we got right now. We are still at 50% on the book. Don't want to find out about the mafia, do we? Okay, that's fine. All right. Meow. All right. Oh, wait. Higher computer. Well, I'm sorry. It disappeared. I don't see it. Who won the vote? Can cats read? These cats can. Quick. Oh, the book wins the poll. All right. The book it is. Well. Ahem. Ha ha ha. So. Marvo says, well, you know what? If this thing is hot, I am willing to get rid of it. If that means finding out about this book. And Belmar's like, that could probably be arranged. So they go to the library of the school. A very, not the biggest library in Magic's, but every tome here is seriously powerful. And they go to the library. Now, there are bars in each, there's levels of the library. And there are gates between the first section and a door, a barred door with like lock, and another section, and then that one to kind of like let you know the most dangerous books are well in the back with magical wards and things like that. They meet the librarian. Him. Let's see. Did I have a name for the librarian? I did. I had a bunch of names preset. Where did they go? No, Mr. Fluffykins would be the name of one of the mafia people. Let's see. Oh, okay. Well, the librarian's new name. Librarian's new name is now Keat. The librarian. Now, he's fairly, he's a middle-aged man. Definitely more bookish than not. He is a wizard, and he's super into books. So, oh, you should have voted. So, all right. Sorry, I just saw I wanted to vote the cats. Oh, don't worry, the cats will come back. So, Keat says, hello, Belmar. What would you like today? You, of course, as a young wizard, have access to the first level books. Do you need something else? And Belmar says, yes. As a matter of fact, today I have a friend here who has a tome, and we would like to do some research with said tome. And Keat's like, whoa, you bringing a magical tome into our library? We don't know what it is. Let's bring it over to this table here, and let's take a look. So they take the book over to the table. They hand it over to Keat. Interesting. Okay. Very good. You opened this book. Marvel's like, oh, yeah, should I not have? And Keat just kind of, no, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure you're fine. That's fine. Casts a couple more spells on it. Yeah. Yes, this is interesting text. I will. Yes. Now I can only recognize some of this. This is very interesting. All right. We'd have to take this up to the third level of books. But seeing as you're not a student, and Belmar, no offense, but you are also not really allowed to go any further than this without recompense. Marvo's like, well, what if I gave you this amulet? And he holds it up, of course, the front side showing, not showing the back side of this. And Keat looks at it and waves his hand over it. Interesting. You would be willing to donate this to the library in exchange for discovering the secrets of this book. And waves his hand over it again. Picks it up. Feels it. I like it. I'm just going to roll real quick, see if he... does he flip it over to see? No, he does not. He says, very well, I will donate this to the school. And let us do some research. And he basically unlocks all the way up to the 3rd level, which Belmar has never even done. And he's kind of like, what? This is crazy. So, all right. We're now over here. Okay. They're like, they start to, Keith pulls out some books, and Belmar and Marvo both are asked to look through them, do some research. So tell you what, let's everyone roll the dice. I will take let's see how well this research goes. This could possibly let's see. All right, so everybody give us a die roll. And of course I do love that yes, Reverend Tommy, yes. Actually, harm can come from a book, as evident from the Necro-Neti pot incident when we had innocent version of Jan before stabbing Arthur in the back. Yes, that did happen. All right, let me see. We're taking roll number 4. So let's see what we got. We've got 12. We've got 19. We've got 16. Oh, these are all good rolls. What is roll number 4? What's it going to be? A 13. Oof. Oh, not the greatest, but not the worst roll. All right. So we're taking the 13, more than a 10. That's good. And of course, you're in a library, so you are getting a little bonus on this Arcana check. Well, Marvo has discovered something. Marvo has read and has been able to see that there is an incantation here that will allow him to get away with a little bit more of a knowledge pool. So he would be able to actually cast a spell and be able to suck some of the knowledge out of all these books. Perhaps even some of the magic. Perhaps pull magic out of not just the books, but maybe those wizards. He starts to sweat a little bit. Clearly, his friend Belmar's not quite put anything together yet. And did he read from the Darkhold? No, Reverend Tommy is not reading from the Darkhold. That's a totally different book. I'm sure it exists, but not here. And even the librarian hasn't really cottoned on to... Oh, I guess I should give that a roll too, really. The librarian should definitely get a check. What do you think? Yeah, we should let the librarian see if he's figured out. There's going to be an Arcana check. Let's give the librarian an Arcana check to see if he has any inkling about what is happening. So let's give us another die roll, and I will roll the D8 and decide which one we're going to take. So, as Marvo is thinking about all the power he could possibly take, and he is high up in Wizarding Heights, and perhaps he could even pull power down from the ley lines themselves. It's a possibility. All right, we're gonna roll. Oh, all right, we're taking the 8th die roll. So let me see. We got, for this one, we got 3. Not taking the 3. We got an 11. We're not taking an 11. We got an 18. Not taking the 18. So we got 5 more rolls to make. Here, tell you what, I'll make a roll too. So there we go. Dice. All right. Okay. So we got, oh, shoot. So we got 3. We got 11, 18. Oh, did I just see? Another 18. A 20. Wow, you guys are rolling great. Three more rolls. A 9. Right, yep. Just give it a couple seconds and then try it again. All right. 2 more rolls. Does Keat. Another 9. All right, what's going to be the last roll? It looks like Sir David Percival is going to hit this one. Oh, no, but it gets in on my chat board. We have Madame Ansa with an 18. Oh, this is going to make things interesting. Keat has figured out something from this tome. He has been reading a different book, a book about evil magic. He looks over at Marvo, and Marvo has a decision to make. Does Marvo attempt the magical spell, thinking he can see that Keat is possibly going to perhaps cast a spell on him to maybe stop him from doing something? He might be in a lot of serious trouble. He could go along quietly, or he can try to cast this spell from this book. What's it going to be? Go along quietly, cast the spell. He can see that he doesn't have much time as Keat is starting to cotton on to the description of the book, then to the magical tome that he's reading, to the other magical tome. And meanwhile, Belmar's just lost in research. He doesn't even know. So casting the spell or go along quietly. What to do? Vote, everybody, vote. All right. Oh, this will basically make or break this story, right? If you go along quietly, I should actually make one of those like last pages of those books where it's like, your adventure ends here in the not that it does necessarily, but anyway, it will get, it's going to get crazy either way. All right. What do we got? What's our vote? What do we do? Magic spell. Quiet. Oh, gosh. Oh, my gosh. It's a dead tie. Really? Really? Is this where I have to roll a die? And, oh, man. All right. Tommy, did you vote? You voted. Yeah. I was just seeing if everybody voted. All right. So what is more chaotic than a tie? Okay. Third option. Third option. Belmar was just pretending not to know what was happening. Belmar was actually surreptitiously casting a spell as well. He actually knew all about it. This book, this magical tome, allows you to pull magic from other people. That's right. It takes magic from magical items. It takes magic from magical people. It even devours magicians themselves. Now, Keat read in a book that this book is probably what causes fine, upstanding young magicians to turn into the beast that Marvo found. Ugh. And just when Keat was assuming that Marvo was about to cast a spell, Marvo looks over at his friend, or so who he thought was his friend, who is a power mad wizard. And you see Belmar throws down a magical circle, recites the incantation, and starts to pull magic powers from both from both Keat and Marvo. Oh, it just got real. Right. Well, Marvo's like, oh crap. And he tries to cast a spell. He's just gonna start off with magic missile. Or firebolt, actually. He's gonna just throw a cantrip at this low-level wizard because 10 hit points should do it. And Belmar just absorbs the magical power into him. Yeah, throw it back. And throws him back. Crap. Marvo's like, okay. If I cast a spell, she's just gonna absorb it. What am I gonna do? The book is near. There is, however, another book. It's a big, heavy book. There's a couple of decisions. Let's see. He could just try to attack Belmar with his bare hands. He could try to throw a book at him. I mean, there's some big, heavy tomes over there. He is, however, Marvo is smart enough to realize that he is in the third tier of library. And perhaps there's a book here that he could maybe grab and use a high-level spell. Maybe a high-level spell would work against this beast. Perhaps. So, I guess the decision is high magic, no magic, punch in the face. Or punch him with a book. Hit him with the book, or hit him magically with a book. Them's the decisions to make here. Use magic, possibly high-level magic. He's smart enough to not just throw a cantrip or maybe even a magic missile, knowing that if he already fought this thing once, and so he knows, he's like, man, if I only had Scarl here to just stab him in the face. and yeah, what I wouldn't give for that guy and his double-handed spear thing that he's got. He's like, oh, spear's always better than a sword, blah, blah, blah. He goes on and on about it incessantly. Oh my God, Scarl is kind of... Anyway. Yeah. All right, so we've got the vote up. What is next? No magic, band brawl, toss a book, find a spell from the book. Oh, all right. Oh, look at that. All right. That seems to be find a spell from the book seems to be winning. All right, let's see. Could get lucky. Having the experience of fighting this monster before, and he already sees Belmar starting to change shape, starting to get gray ooze around him already as he's actually sucking magic out of some of the tomes nearby. But most importantly, Belmar, probably rightly so, is thinking that Keat is the biggest danger here. So he is focusing most of his power drain on Keat, possibly underestimating his dear friend, Marvo. could be chaos like a fireball. It could be chaos like a fireball. All right. And the winner is Find Some Spell from a Book. All right. It's a risky maneuver. Cotton, let's see if it plays out for him. So, Marvo leaps around a corner, runs, looks around, and many of these books have chains on them holding them, not so much because the books themselves are dangerous, but actually just so to avoid having them being stolen. Looks around. I choose you, and grabs a tome as Belmar throws a magical firebolt that turns the corner and explodes against the wall. As the screams from Keat, who hasn't quite figured out a good plan yet, as he lays on the ground, all of his magical powers being drained from him, kind of like a reverse Luke Skywalker when the Emperor is like hitting with lightning bolts, but kind of like anyway, good opposite direction. Anyway, just something I thought of that. So he's gonna open it up. And he is just going to pray to the Donna Fortuna, Lady Luck, and say, I'm just going to read whatever comes out, and this is definitely going to be a roll. Let's roll the dice and see. Let's roll a die. I'm going to take, let's see, and depending on how good of the die roll is, then I will randomly open the player's handbook, and depending on how good of the roll, that's kind of like how good the spell I will pick from the page that I open up. So let's see. We're going to take die roll number 3. So let's see. Where are we? We are, 19 was the first one. 4, 15. All right. We are taking the 15. That is an excellent roll. All right. So I have rolled. Let's see. What level is that? Okay. Wow. Well, I came to the right page, didn't I? All right. Well, there's a 9th level spell of imprisonment. And if you had rolled a natural 20, I think we would have gone for that. But the next best one happens to be a mere 8th level spell of Incendiary Cloud. A swirling cloud of smoke shot through with white hot embers appears in a 20-foot radius. Centered on a point within range. Cloud spreads around corners and heavily obscured in the last. Does it do any damage? Oh yeah. A creature takes 10d8 fire damage on a failed save. Oh. Well. That's what he's doing. Burning down the library. Hey, these books are magical. Many of them will survive. Okay, many of them get saves. Okay, many of them are going to... Well, the library is bigger than 20 by 20. Marvel lies on the ground. He reads and he just starts reading from the spell, reading the incantation. It's a spell that he's never cast before. And he throws it, and only just as he throws it does he realize what he's done. Oh God. Okay. Well, I guess we need a saving throw. All right, you know what? Tell you what, here's what we're gonna do. Everybody roll dice. Books need to make saves. We're just gonna take all the dice rolls but then whichever one, I'll roll my die, and that will be the die roll that Belmar rolls. So all of them are going to be. Well, I guess we need a saving throw for poor Keat. I hope he survives the encounter because he's going to need to bear witness to all of this extravaganza. I'm going to roll a bigger die. So wait 5 seconds and then re-roll again because all these guys are going to need saving throws. So, but we are, oh no. Oh no, I think wasn't there a natural 20 somewhere? The first 2 rolls were 20s. Oh no! Oh gosh. All right. Well, I rolled a 2. That's a natural 20. And in my world, when someone rolls a natural 20, they take 0 damage. They have magically dodged it somehow. Now I'm going to roll a save for poor Keat. And Keat rolls a 1. So rolled a 1, and the first roll was a natural 21. So both of them miraculously take 0 damage. Oh, I thought this was going to be the end of it. However, 14, that's good. 3, no good. 9, no good. 2, no good. 17, good. No, 2, no. Oh gosh. However, Belmar, now the beast, is like, you're burning my books. And while several books were destroyed, Belmar has decided, has sucked up the rest of the magical spells to prevent the books from burning because he wants to destroy the books himself, because he wants to take their powers, which is how he does that. So, some of the books are destroyed. Some of them, Belmar seems like the owl from the library in Avatar. Oh, no, yes, no, yes. So, as Belmar is taking the he is trying to suck away the magic powers as a couple of books burst into flames as the incendiary hits them. Some of the books absolutely resistant to fire, absolutely resistant to fire damage. They do fine. Somehow Keat was able to absorb all of the powers, and he is able to let's see, now that his powers are not being sucked away, he is able to throw down a spell as well. Keat didn't really have anything. Keat usually just has defensive spells like hold person ready, because he's basically just like, you stop that. So Keat is going to attempt a hold person spell. I think Marvo, now given a moment to look through the book as Belmar is trying to use his newfound powers to stop the flames from destroying the magic powers of the books so that he can pull the powers out of the books himself. And so is desperately trying to put out the fires with his newfound magic powers, while also pulling the magic out of the books. So, give me another die roll, and we'll see if he finds another good spell, which he will get a bonus this time. because he's got just a little bit more time. I'm just going to flip to a page. All right, let's roll. Let's see what we got. Dice, dice, dice. We're going to take... Oh, nice. Once again, a 21. All right, we are going to take roll number 6. All right, so, Nat 21. Let's see, 18. A 9. We are still making saves for books, by the way. Wow, a lot of 21s here. Keep rolling as Marvo flips desperately through the book to find a good spell to use on his former friend who now tries to kill him. Let's see. Dois. Let's see. All right, what we got? Let's see. 1. Hang on. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That was the 10. 6 and 7. 21. Wow. All right. He pages through the books and he sees on page 233 of the book that he has, disintegrate. But since he rolled a natural 21, it's double disintegrate. So he's going to try it. And he's just going to be like, Belmar, eat dust, dingo. All right, starting from the roll after Sally rolled a 16 there, we're going to take roll a number 5 as the saving throw of Belmar against a disintegration. That's right. It's a Thanos snap level disintegrate. He's going to have to roll a nat 21 to get away from this. So let's see what we got here, everybody. Once again, I just want to thank everybody for being here. I'm having a great time. This is a cool adventure, and it sets up so many other cool little things. Let's see. All right, here we go. Do 4. A 1. Oh, it would have been really great to roll that 1 there. 17. A 20. Ooh, Tommy. There's a lot of 20s going on here. The next roll that I see, it's going to be... But yeah, I want to thank everybody for being here. I'm having a blast. I hope you guys are too. It just makes for some cool arrangements. A 6. Sally rolls the 6. Nicely done. Belmar, realizing that his attention has been distracted from the books as he tries to devour them himself, he takes a few with him. He does. Learn some powers, but double disintegration with I think it was 6d10 damage, but it's gonna be a little bit more than that. 10, 50, 20, another 10. So I just rolled that's way more hit points than Belmar has. Eat dust, dingo. And as Belmar starts to cover with gray ooze from the power that he's collecting, Mr. Book, I don't feel so good. Suddenly, he is turned to dust. That's an 8th level spell. Keat gets up. Put that book down. You're going to hurt someone else. Marvo closes the book. Yes, sir. Yes, of course. Yeah, I just needed to stop the monster. And Keat looks at him. Young man, which I guess he's technically younger than Keat. You've not only saved this library, you saved me. And the library. Okay, I'm not sure which is more important, honestly, but it's really important to me, is me. But the library is also very important. And you saved it. I mean, you did bring this tome here. But Belmar fell under its sway to try to gain powers. Clearly, this is one of those books that gets locked away. I hope you don't mind. Belmar's like, whoa, hey, wait. I gave you an amulet for that book. You're just going to take my book? Keat looks at him. It's true. This is your book. It's better if we take this out of circulation, as it were. But I do have to say that you cast extremely high-level spells very well. I've never seen such a novice wizard cast such a high-level spell so perfectly. Perhaps you have some merit, my young friend. Perhaps we could offer you a tutelage here with the Green Dragons. Do you think you would like that? Marvo. I'm sorry. I could be a student here? Yes. I think we could arrange that. I have some credits saved up at the school, and I think it would be marvelous to have a young apprentice librarian who can read the big books so finely. Yeah, I don't think I don't think I can say no. I don't think I can say no at all. Yeah, I'm gonna say yes to the school, to Wizarding Heights. What do we do with Belmar? I suppose you could take his room. He's not using it. Ha! Sorry. Okay. So when do I start? And Keat says, well, you can start right now and sweep up some of those books, but I try to keep them to get like an order or like which book is which. We might be able to save something. I don't know. And yes, Rose, the sweepy symbol. That's right. So quick, someone collect his dust. He could be used as components. Yes. So Marva goes, oh, okay. But still like book? You're taking that from me? I mean, that's I suppose we need to trade then. Well, I suppose he takes the amulet out of his shirt, hands it back to Marvo. Sure, this will help you on your way. Try not to get sucked into any books or anything magically. Marvo takes the amulet. That seems fair. That seems fair. Yeah. Yeah. Sure. Yeah. Let's do this. I love it. Puts the amulet in his pocket. And finding out about the Meowfio will be for another day. So he sweeps up. He goes to his new room, switches it. He changes the furniture around a little bit just so that it doesn't look quite the same from his good former friend who just tried to destroy everything with magic. Yeah. So yeah, I think there we go. There is where our quest ends tonight. Decide your personal endangerment. Marvo, the soon-to-be magnificent, is now a student at the Green Dragons Wizarding School. And he will soon be a very powerful wizard. But the Meowfia might be on his trail. They might not take too kindly to people just taking their belongings. So we have a little backstory there for the next time we meet Marvo. And I think that's that. Oh, what's the new poll? Did you enjoy? Oh, yes. Okay. Well, I'm going to vote yes. I had a great time, my friends. We have a new character now, and maybe, oh, you know what? Hey, there's should we do Scarl next week? Now, I do want to let you know, coming up soon, the month of June 7th, I believe, is the first time. We're going to do we are going to do the Gnomes, the Legion of Gnome. There's going to be a one-shot adventure with Mab, just Mab, running that game. It's going to be Tuesday night, June 7th, and it might run into June 14th, so the next week. But we're going to keep doing a couple more of our Decide Your Personal Endangerments, and we're going to have a new character next week. Perhaps it'll be Scarl the Fighter, or somebody else. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. I do hope you've had a great time. We've got, let me see, all sorts of, oh yeah, and tomorrow, my friends, tomorrow we have the Patreon Saint game. It's been a while. That's going to be 6:30 Eastern time. It's a 3-hour game usually, and we are going to run with the same kind of style that we normally run with our Nat21 games, which is that you can help and hinder everybody in the game. So throw down your Nat21s for all of our people. That's 6:30 to 9:30 Eastern time tomorrow night. We've got a little adventure, and it might even have some things in common with what we've been doing right here. So there might be a new bar, might be all sorts of cool stuff. 6:30 Eastern time. Yes, I think I said that. All right. Well, my friends, once again, we have, let's see. Well, all right. You've just been watching Decide Your Personal Endangerment. Tomorrow morning, we've got Craft and Show with Cubby and Shoshi. Thursday morning, we've got Writing Sonnets with Shakespeare. And then we have our new game, Jammed. And once again, I picked on the wrong thing. There he goes. Jammed at 8 p.m. Eastern. All right. That's with Mike Neistel. And then we have Gothic Horror Gaming, a full day of gaming, my friends. So that's going to be later that night. And then, of course, swinging back around to Monday with Modern Mondays with Lady Prudence at 8 p.m. So come on back every night, my friends. If you don't already follow, please hit the follow button. We just broke 1,000 a couple of weeks ago, and let's keep those numbers going. Also want to let you know that I have just been confirmed for Gen Con, and I am thrilled to be going there after I was there in 2019. and then COVID hit, and so I have been chomping at the bit to get back there, and I am just confirmed for that. So yes, Sally, no more Savage. They just had some scheduling conflicts, so they're moving it to Thursday with the new show Jammed, and that's going to run for like a month and a half, I think, and then yeah. So let's see. Every time Traylon squeaks by on the backs of some Saints. Yes. All right. So tomorrow night, my friends, do not miss our Patreon Saints game. That's going to be 6:30 Eastern. And right. Well, without further ado, I thank you all so much for sticking around and having some fun with us, joining the Decide Your Personal Endangerment. Remember, my friends, this has been Nat21 Adventures. When a Nat 20 won't do, you most assuredly need a Nat 21. Ah, there it is. Not the 2, the 1. Oh, focus. It's so fuzzy. There you are. Great. You're almost there. Get there now. Boom.